All is well, all is good. They call me Chalie Numbas The Globe Strolling. Believe it or not, I've been everywhere. All is hood. Today we got a really, really special show. Really special show for me. I'm in Toledo, Ohio, the planet of Toledo, as I call it. These people held me down. A lot of people held me down in this city when I moved from Chicago to here. My guest today is a DJ. That's just one of the things that he does. But you know what the Phat Mechanics Chop Shop is about? It's about coming through to chop it up about the music business, what works in the business, and what works for you in the business, I should say. So we got my man DJ MPress.
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, I am more than happy to be here, man.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Anytime I've ever reached out to this dude, it's never a no.
Never.
Whatever I ask, it's never been a no. I've never gotten a no from this guy, man, and that's special to me, man. So, let's start off with this, man. We talked about this a little bit, but where did you start? Where did your DJing journey start?
So, that's a trick question. My DJing journey actually started as a kid, right? My mother used to throw these banging parties, right? And you know, like them old houses where they got the doors that slide together, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the kids had to be in the room,
right?
But I used to peek and look in, man, and I would see how when people first came to our house, they would talk about their week and how sad they were and all of that stuff. But then when the music got to flowing, how everybody's vibe changed like that. And so from an early age, I was like, I want to be able to control people's emotions like that.
Change the vibe.
So fast forward, so that's what started my journey into music. I end up going to college and helping an intern. I started off, we had a college radio station, helped my college start their radio station, Fort Valley, Georgia.
Okay. Shout them out.
Right. And then I ended up getting an internship in Macon, Georgia, Foxy 100 in Macon, right? But it was just pretty much just programming, not really no real DJ type stuff.
Right.
Then when I came back home, I played basketball for a guy who owned a bunch of clubs. He just owned a bunch of clubs, and our games was on Wednesdays. So after our games, we would go back to the bar, and I didn't drink, so they would be drinking, and I just started going in the booth, just playing music, right? So they was like, man, we ought to open on Wednesdays, and Monty could DJ, and I was like, all right, hadn't DJ'd at all. You know what I mean? No kind of experience or whatever.
Did you have your own tables at that point?
No. So okay. I was working at Sound Asylum, though. I was a security guard. used to sit there.
I was about to say, because
I was working at Sound Asylum as a security guard. And I would tell people, hey, man, I'm about to start DJing at this club. What
year was that? When you were doing the security at Sound Asylum?
So it had to be around 95,
okay.
96, 95. 96.
Was that almost at the end for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this cat was like, man, I'll let you use my records if I could spin with you. And they had turntables at the spot. So I was like, all right, cool. Whole time I'm starting to build my record collection. My first set of turntables, bro, was these belt drive. They was called Necks. It was all in one box. They was black and orange, bro. The worst turntables ever, bro.
Especially for DJing.
Right. But what I did was I just learned how to, I learned how to let them go and all that, and learn how to use them. And then as I started making money, just poured it back into it. But so we started at the 128. I started DJing. That was the first club I DJ'd here. And when I first started, it was nice where it's just me and the bartenders. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dude was giving me like $70 a night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it blew up like crazy. And line down the street.
Were you promoting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. And it also helped, like, I had all my little hood friends that would come, and then once they come and they started telling people, and like I said, it blew up. So he wouldn't give me more money. So the way I would make my money is when I took my break, it's a line down. Well, when I pull up, people would run up to the truck and like, hey, I can I carry your crates?
Of course.
Yep, and carry my crates in and give me $50 and you and your people could get in.
Oh.
And then
okay.
And then when I come and take a break, it's a line down the block. Oh yeah, you got 100. Okay, yeah, come on. Yeah, they with me. You know what I mean? And that's how I made
wow.
That was my little hustle. You know what I mean?
You gotta hustle.
Yeah, but it really set the tone, man, for my life and how I DJ. You know what I mean?
What kind of music were you playing?
So I played back then. I wasn't I ain't had no real experience club DJing, so I played whatever people requested. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then when I said this is what I want to do, my taste changed as far as music because I was a hip hop head.
Okay.
But the hip hop I like wasn't real big in the club.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So then what I started doing was playing club. I'm gonna play your club stuff, but I'm gonna start mixing my hip hop in. I'm gonna start mixing my neo soul in. I'm gonna start you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of that kind of stuff. And then that carved a niche for me because Toledo, man, is a small area with a lot of DJs, bro.
Yes,
with
sir.
A lot of DJs.
Yes,
so
sir.
you have to find a way to stand out, and that's how I stood out. Because
You must have, because when I got here, there was only a few names that you would hear. Yeah. So now you telling me that there was a plethora of DJs. I didn't know that. The only names I heard was, of course, one time, Lightning Rod was the Lightning Rod. Shout out, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Lightning Rod was the guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard J Rock, Keep Success. Kaj Boogie, and Sid. Those names though stuck out, and I got good rapport with all them guys. And shout out to them, man, because those guys always, anytime I came to the club, they throw me on the tables. Get on here.
So when I said I wanted to DJ, I went to everybody, like, hey, can you show me how to DJ? And they was like, no. They was like,
I just told this story. Go ahead.
And I was like, and so I bought them crazy whack turntables, and then I started teaching myself. When I ran into Sid, when I met Sid, I met Sid on I ain't gonna say met him like that, but when we really hooked up and started vibing was these cats had a fashion show at UT, and they asked me to DJ, so I go up there because they got rehearsal. Right. Okay. And I run into Sid. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? What you doing up here? He like, man, I gotta DJ this fashion show. And I'm like, all right, I'm up here to DJ a fashion show. And so then when we get there, they like, oh, well, they wanted me to, now it changed. Now they wanted me to host and him to DJ.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. But that night, we just linked up like, man, let's look, what you doing?
Right.
After we left rehearsal, say around 8 o'clock, we went to my house and was on the tables until like 10, 11 o'clock the next afternoon, all night and all that. And we've been locked ever since. That's
what's up.
Okay, yeah.
That's what's up, man. I actually met one time at Sound Asylum.
Yeah.
He was digging through the crates. I didn't know nobody, you know, but he was digging through the crates, and me and him started talking. You're a DJ? I'm a DJ. Yeah. You know, so and I've been telling this story on all my interviews, but I gave one time his name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gave him one time that name because we would be in his basement to the wee hours on the tables. I was good at blending because I knew house music. I learned from house music, so I was good at blending. And when he started, he was practicing when I got here, like practicing. He's really dope now,
right?
But he was practicing, and he would do a mix, and I'd be like, "Dude, I run that one back." He'd be like, it wouldn't work. Right. I said, "Oh, you one time. That should be your name." And it stuck with him. Yeah. You know, I've been saying, so you owe me royalties for that name. But
people ask me about my name, how I got my name.
Yeah,
it's the weirdest story, bro. DJing at the 128. I'm walking out. Some random dude just walked up to me. He's like, "Man, I'm gonna call you MPress." I said, "Why?" He said it's an acronym. It stood for DJ MPress, stood for Dude Just Mixes Popular Records Ever So Smoothly. That's
just a random dude. You ain't know him?
No clue. Who this dude was? I don't even know if I ever seen him again in my life.
Wow.
And I was like, I like that.
That's crazy.
I like that because they used to. What's her DJ name? I don't have one.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because again, I was a basketball player that played basketball for that guy that owns some clubs, and we going on Wednesday nights and we just gonna open.
Man, hey, that's crazy.
And I love it though. I love it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So from DJing, so let me ask you this, because a lot of DJs are really good producers. That's me. I can bang out some tracks.
Same.
Drummers and DJs, to me, make some of the best producers. As far as the producer, not the producers that just put stuff together. I do both.
Right.
But I'm talking about making actual tracks.
Right.
Did you ever go into that realm?
Oh yeah. So again, actually that started before. That started in high school. In high school, it was a group called Definitely Diverse. You know Andre Savage?
I know Savage, yeah.
Me and ASAP went to high school together. And him, the guy.
I know the guy, yeah.
They had a group called Definitely Diverse.
Okay.
Right. And then it turned in, and that's how I messed with Swill and all of them.
Yeah, basics.
Right. So it started with them. So I used to go to the studio with them and just be watching, like, you know what I mean? Because we paying this man, and I used to help him pay for the studio. So we paying this man, and I'm watching like, man, I could do that. You know what I mean? What are you doing? I could do it. You know what I mean? Again, started buying equipment, taught myself how to do it. Then when I ran into Sid, that's when they was forming the Basics. And so then that's when I really bought me an MP.
Basics was cracking,
man. So me and Sid did like a lot of almost, especially the early stuff, did almost all the production on all of that stuff.
Man, shout out to the Basics, man.
And most of that stuff was recorded at my house. You know what I mean? Because me watching somebody else, like, I can do that, and start putting together my own stuff in the studio. So like I was never like formally trained. Like even right now, if you put a keyboard in front of me, I can't play it. But I can reproduce what I hear in my ear. You know what I mean? So a lot of them basis joints, the come swoop and all that. That's I did that and all that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah. So going over into the production realm from DJing, was it ever like, I'm gonna put DJing down and just go to production, or was it like just a part of it?
I think at one point, well, I can't say that because like I have luckily been very busy DJing since I started. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've been really consistent, but there was a point where we kind of stepped back from DJing when we had the label.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when we was pushing the Basics and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But DJing is always the first love.
That's the foundation.
That's
how it was for me. It's like growing up, I was into everything hip hop. So people don't know what I draw, so I was into graffiti. Okay. I used to break dance, but when I got into DJing, you used to break dance too?
I used to break dance.
Okay.
Everybody come with the little corner.
They got to get the cardboard. If you had a little bit of money, you might get some linoleum.
Yes, sir.
But I was a break dancer, and but DJing, man. Once I started doing that, I think that right there, I knew like this is it for me right here,
bro. When I did a party and somebody was laughing, and then they cried, and then they laugh again, bro. You took somebody through all them emotions, the emotional journey, man. I'm telling you, I was hooked, bro.
Yeah,
I was hooked.
So you watch the crowd. So a lot of newer DJs don't DJ with emotion. Not frowning on a lot of the newer DJs, but
I'm gonna tell you where I think it come from. So when we started on vinyl,
right?
And so now a lot of the new DJs got computers, so they're stuck looking at a computer instead of watching people's reaction and stuff like that. One of the best gigs I had here was when Jackson's Lounge first opened.
Yeah, downtown.
So they asked me to come in. I went to school with Jim, but they asked me to come in, and they didn't even have a dance floor. They just wanted somebody to play music while people were eating.
Right.
So I would play music, and I would just watch, right? And so when people come in, I'm gonna play this joint, okay? They tapping they feet, they nodding their head. Okay, I know where they at. Now I'm gonna go to this table. And so what I used to play a game with myself when I saw them get ready to go. I'm gonna see how many cuts I can play to make them stay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To where people come up to me like, "Would you stop? Because we trying to leave and my girl ain't trying to leave." You know what I mean? And that's a good way that I learned how to read a crowd.
Right.
And that was my game I would play with myself. Like, yeah, as soon as they get ready to leave, I'm gonna hit them with this. I'm gonna hit them with this. I'm gonna hit them with.
Nice.
See how many songs where she put her coat on and then she take it off, and then she started dancing. All right, okay, come on, all right, come on. And then she start walking to the door. Oh no, he didn't. And then you know what I'm saying. And that's how I learned how to read.
And I think that's the those type of settings, because y'all got a lot of those here. Yeah. You know, a lot of it's really a bar and grill, it's a lounge, really not really club. Because I was a club DJ, so I didn't do well in the lounges because I always play the stuff that I'm a dress to sweat type of DJ. Like it's most of the time it's gonna be up tempo. I'll start kind of slow, but I'm gonna start at like probably around, like you might be at around a 70 BPM. I'm starting at 90, 95,
right,
and then may go up.
So I think I do better in those in that lounge situation because now I can pull from all of my genres. You know what I mean? I can pull like one, and I know I'm fast forwarding it.
That's okay.
But when we got stems, bro, I fell in love with DJing all over again.
Yes, sir.
Because like before, when you wanted to do certain stuff, you couldn't find acapellas, instrumentals, and all of that stuff. So even if you blended it, it was it was still too much of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I got them stems, bro.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like I pulled like some hard rock and put it with a go-go beat or something crazy. You know what I mean? It just opened up what I was already doing in my
head, but wishing you could do.
Right, couldn't quite figure out the stems, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And like I said, I know I'm fast forwarding.
No, I wanted you to fast forward. That's a good segue to the set. So tell me about the set.
So the set is, for people who don't know what the set is what I started in 2015. And what it was my favorite DJ of all time is DJ Jazzy.
Same, mine too.
Right. And so I used to watch these videos, and they got this thing called the Do-Over.
Yep.
And I was watching one, and it's just him. He got an MC, and it's all of these kids in front of him, right? And he's playing stuff though that's, if you look on the screen, they rocking, but you could tell when this song came out, nobody on the screen was alive. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a concert, but he's the main attraction. So I'm like, man, that is a dope set. And I've always, like I said, when I wanted to learn how to DJ, people wouldn't show me. But I said, anybody who I felt was serious enough, if you act, because if we don't share the information, it dies.
Yeah, it was gatekeepers back then.
Right.
I had a very, very popular person tell me no, but we'll talk about that. But go ahead.
Right. And so I wanted to use my platform to give other DJs some shine. So I was like, man, I'm gonna come up with this thing where no matter how you DJ, new, old, or whatever, if you a scratch DJ or whatever, we gonna give you 30 minutes to do a set. That's where the name came from, the set. And then we're gonna film it. We're gonna get a photographer. So you when you do the set, you'll have a video, you have pictures that you can use to market yourself and all of that. Nice. And I'm opening up my platform for all the DJs. And the set did really good, but it never really
took off,
materialized so this is how I saw it in my head when I came up with it, right? You got 6 DJs every month, right? Now, each of those 6 DJs should have some kind of following. So they're going to bring their following.
Right.
And then you're going to have, if you're an artist and you smart, right? This is a place you can go to every month where you're going to have 6 DJs that you can network with and build with, instead of coming up to me at 1 o'clock in the club, like my stuff is hot.
My stuff. Oh, good
You
idea.
can give it to me here.
Yeah,
we can build a relationship. We can link, and I can play it and all that kind of stuff. So then you got the artists, right?
Right.
Be there, and then you just got the people that love music, and bring them all together every month. You know what I mean? That's how I saw it in my head. But again, we in the, as you call it, the planet of Toledo, and artists. To me, a lot of artists feel like it's a privilege for you to play their music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, where do y'all get that mentality?
I think it's too many artists here. You know what I'm saying? So my artists would be doing shows for Tila or Julian or Miss Fortune. They'll be doing a show, and there'll be an audience full of singers,
right,
rappers, and that's tough because they looking at their stuff. You know what I mean? Like they want to hear them.
So that was the good thing to me about the Basics, because when we were in the height of like the Basics, that the whole Basic movement, we would go to shows and we would stand out because our music was different from them.
Yep.
We don't care what y'all doing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's the best way to be.
We're gonna do us, and
regardless. The
people who think they like your stuff, it's gonna be like, man, them dudes, who was them dudes? You know what I mean? And that's how we built. You know what I'm saying? What we built, because we were just a bunch of people, a collective of people who had a particular taste, and we wasn't letting nothing knock us off of that. You know what I'm saying?
So shout out Big Swill and Logic, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. The Basics. Yeah, they was doing things, man. So tell me, what do you have going on now? Like, what are you doing now?
Man, like, so I am, back then I was like DJing and I had corporate jobs and all of that. I've jumped full-time entrepreneur, right? So I run several businesses.
Okay.
One business is in 2000, maybe 16. Went down to Atlanta when I don't know if you remember, I had the Most Impressive Mix Show.
I remember,
the Most Impressive Mix Show, and there was another guy that we was on Smash Mouth, and another guy, and people used to be like, man, you ought to do a show together. So I went to Atlanta, but when I go to Atlanta to DJ, I set up show after show after show, and end up setting up something. Didn't even know what I was walking into, man. The dude asked me come DJ at a park, so I go DJ in a park all day long. I'm rocking, right? And then as it get dark, they bring the inflatable screen out. People start coming out with the lawn chairs, the food trucks, and all that.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Pull up, and I'm like, what's going on?
Right. To watch movies.
And the night I was there, they showed Cooley High, and I was like, man, this is the dopest thing ever, bro. But back home, I got a corporate job and all that. Get downsized, and I was like, you know what? I remember doing that. I'm about to do that.
Okay.
Went, bought me some screens. Within 3 months, I had a contract with the city. So for the past 6 years, I have Premier Screenings. That's one of my businesses. 3 years ago, me and my partner in Premier Screenings, Tracy.
Red Breed. Yeah. Shout out Tracy.
So me and Tracy started a youth program, right? It's called Play, Positive Learning Activities for Youth, where we introduce kids to the arts.
Okay.
So we were teaching them the beginning of DJing, playing instruments, singing, doing visual arts, programming video games, all of that kind of stuff.
Nice.
But it was, at the time, it was partially funded by the city of Toledo, which, the city of Toledo ain't gonna ever give you no real money. So we were only able
they just
to
want
do
their
it.
name on it. They just
Right.
want,
So we
politics.
were only able to do it in spurts. So then I became a qualified mental health specialist, and now I partner with a behavioral health agency so that I can do it all year round into a bigger audience. So I have Play. So that's another one.
That's excellent.
Me and Sid, of course, we always have studios, and we have a sound company as well. And then when the pandemic hit and the world shut down, I started my clothing brand.
Yeah.
I got you, bro. I got you. And it's New Money Custom Apparel, right?
Nice.
And so I came up with it for several reasons. One, because that was like when crypto and all of that was going crazy, and they were literally talking about doing away with physical
currency.
money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, everybody gonna have to start trying to figure out this
way to
new money.
Also, nice. I like that.
Right. Also, when the pandemic hit, all of the secure money, all these jobs people thought they had would never go nowhere.
Man,
now you got to figure out a ways to make some new money because the world was shut down, and so it kind of worked out good. And I came up with the logo, and this actually came from a song probably when I was in high school. I don't know why I said this in the song. It's corny now though, but I was like, I'm looking for the one between the MY. Right. And I knew what I meant, but people was like, one between the MY. And that always stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I was trying to think of my clothing brand, I was like, So I pressed up some shirts, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I went to Arizona.
Okay.
And you would, people would just see it and stop me. We got stopped about 30 times. Like, what is your shirt say? I was like, yeah. I'm on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm on this.
Asking questions.
And so, the brand, it took off. Took off.
Okay.
So,
well, I need mine, man. I need 2X if it runs small.
It's definitely true to size.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, you got anything else you need to plug? Because that's what this is about, man. What's working for you, bro?
What is working for me, man, is just being me, bro. Like, bringing whatever I do to people. You know what I mean? The good thing about people say, feel like the internet, there's good and bad to the internet. Absolutely. The one thing I say that's good about the internet is no matter what you're into, there's a pocket of people that's into it. Right?
That's right.
And when you are being your authentic self is when you're at your best, right? And so when you're at your best being your authentic self, there's a group of people that also likes it. And I just say, man, I just love doing what I do. I try to find ways to blend a whole lot of things, take you on a journey. Right.
DJing, back to the DJing.
I'm taking you on a journey because when you come to a MPress party, you might hear you're gonna hear some hip hop, you're gonna hear some soul in here. I'm gonna mix in some neo soul. Then I'm gonna start mixing in genres that you didn't know you liked. Right. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But I'm gonna do it in a way that's a transition. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jazzy Jeff is perfect, man. Went to a Jazzy Jeff thing, and this dude rocked. And I thought he was gonna play for like a half hour, 45 minutes. Man, this dude rocked 2.5 hours, right?
Yeah, like a concert.
And it was people, black, white, Asian, all of that, male, females, gay, straight, and he just took you on a journey. And most times, you got highs and lows, man. This dude was just killing them. And that's how I try to format my shows, man.
Good idea, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it, man. I know it was at the spur of the moment, man, but
anytime you ask me to do anything, man, it's an honor. Anytime I can chop it up.
That's right. I appreciate that, man.
Chop it up with you, man. I'm more than willing, man. I want to say, I don't get to say, people don't know that we have the elite team DJs and we added.
Yeah. I said I'll be an honorary member. It's like, no, you can be a real member.
Man. Hey, look, because I respect everything that you do, man.
Thank you,
man.
man.
How you do. I see how you move, man, and I love it.
Thank you, bro.
I would say I'm proud of you, but that insinuates levels. I just say I enjoy.
You can be proud of me. I appreciate it.
I enjoy it, man.
Thank you, man.
I love the hustle and everything.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Well, that completes the show, man. We want to thank DJ MPress for coming through. We want to thank 50 Ways Studios for coming. And man, MPress, man, just keep doing you, bro. And we gonna definitely do something, man.
Definitely.
We gotta do something together.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah. Thanks so much, man.
Set it. And keep it locked to Phat Mechanics. Chalie Numbas The DJ.
Right now.